Kazakhstan is an active participant of many global positive reforms. The country develops and presents many important initiatives on the international arena. All of them are designed to strengthen global peace and further develop all the mankind. The country's proposals are often taken into consideration by the world community. The UN General Assembly supported Kazakhstan's Universal Declaration on building a world free of nuclear weapons. President of Kazakhstan Nursultan Nazarbayev adopted the document at the 70th anniversary session of the General Assembly in 2015. Then the corresponding resolution was adopted. 3 years later, Kazakhstan updated the declaration. The declaration now includes new documents and provisions necessary for further progress and success in the process of nuclear disarmament. The approval of the document has become a recognition of Kazakhstan's contribution to strengthening peace and international security. In total, 135 countries voted for Kazakhstan's resolution.
Pakistan action plan for deal with this menace.
An autumn session of international bidding for a selection of renewable energy projects was completed in Kazakhstan. Representatives of the Kazakh Ministry of Energy say that both local and foreign investors show their interest in alternative energy. In total, 113 companies from 9 countries took part in the bidding, including the companies from Kazakhstan, China, Russia, Turkey, France, Italy, and the Netherlands. Out of 30 winning companies, 23 are domestic ones.
When
it comes to hydropower facilities and wind power plants, the volume of demand exceeded the supply by nearly 2 times. Auction bidders were very interested in implementing projects for construction of solar power plants, to which the volume of demand exceeded the supply by 7 times. Therefore, 8 solar, 6 wind and 3 hydroelectric power plants will be built in Kazakhstan. Within the next 2 years, the solar power plants with a capacity of 200 megawatts will be built in the Almaty, Turkestan, Zhambal, Kızılorda regions, as well as near Shymkent. In the next 3 years, the wind turbines with a total capacity of 400 megawatts will be built in the Akhmola, Almaty, Zhambal, East Kazakhstan and North Kazakhstan regions. A hydroelectric station will be built in the south of Kazakhstan. The most important requirement is that the equipment that will be used for all the projects implemented in Kazakhstan is modern and new. If the equipment does not live out any standard life, then all the risks will be investors' risks. The autumn auction for alternative energy sources showed that the demand for the renewables in Kazakhstan significantly exceeded the supply. In the past year, 36 projects were selected with a total capacity of 857 megawatts. The total volume of applications reached almost 3,500, thus the demand was almost 4 times higher than the offer. Experts say that such popularity is explained by Kazakhstan's solar potential as well as the relatively simple process of implementing such projects. Kazakhstan has seen investment flow worth 70 billion tenge from these projects.
The 4th-generation greenhouse is opened in Astana. Latest water and energy-saving technologies are used at the facility. The greenhouse is built based on an existing facility. The construction of the new facility is done using glass, whereas the previous facility was built using polycarbonate materials. Experts say the use of glass significantly increases light transmission. A parallel heating system is also used. The greenhouse is weatherproof and able to withstand up to 45 degrees of frost. A training center is also opened at the complex. Students, farmers and businessmen can learn about modern agro-technologies at the center.
Мы ожидаем, что в результате полного внедрения.
We expect that nearly 15% of Astana's consumption of cucumbers, tomatoes and lettuce will be covered as a result of the full implementation of the new facility. According to experts' preliminary estimates, the implementation and successful application of the new technologies will improve the efficiency and reduce the use of water resources and energy consumption by 40%.
Использование ресурсов на 40%, то есть это и водные ресурсы, и энергозатраты.
The greenhouse was built as part of a joint project between European Union and the United Nations Development Programme titled Supporting Kazakhstan's Transition to a Green Economy Model. More than 7 million euros have been allocated to the project for over 3 years. 15 models of green economy have been developed in areas such as agriculture, housing and communal services, water management, industrial production and others. 24 technologies of 10 European countries have been introduced in Kazakhstan.
A complex application of the renewable energy sources, modern irrigation practices, and water purification systems in Kızılorda region allowed us to demonstrate that the saline and arid land can be rehabilitated and used for agricultural and business purposes. In Almaty region, the introduction of green technologies enabled to collect and use the drainage water for farming, provided clean drinking and hot water to over 1,000 women and children, and dramatically reduced the risk of flooding in the entire territory of the pilot village. These are only a few examples of our pilot projects.
Experts say that the project has also contributed to improving the legal base and Kazakhstan accessions to international water agreement. In addition, it also gives a positive impact on social area and environmental safety.
Solid honeycomb panels and vertebral implants will be printed on a 3D printer in Kazakhstan. Kazakhstan G'arish Sapara National Company is implementing space technologies and manufactures various prototypes on a 3D printers, such as titanium implants. Kazakhstan used to purchase these products abroad, which is economically unprofitable due to the cost of delivery, says the head of 3D printing department, Danyar Kokpenov.
Наше оборудование 3D принтер способны изготавливать изделия из 3 видов материалов.
Our 3D printer is capable of manufacturing products from 3 types of materials such as aluminum, stainless steel and titanium. We manufacture products for aerospace industry and healthcare. The products made of titanium alloys implanted in humans are biocompatible with the human body.
Которые можно имплантировать в людей, в человека, они биосовместимы с человеческим организмом.
A 3D printer and a special mixture are enough to manufacture prototypes. For example, a powdery material can be used to create a finished model. The workshop was recently visited by the members of Majlis, the lower house of the Kazakh parliament, overseeing international affairs, defense and security matters. They discussed the ways of modernizing the country's defense enterprises.
Со стадионом и детским садом.
Kyrgyzstan is set to fully cover the domestic market's demand in sugar. The country has a large potential due to the modernization of the processing enterprises in Shu region and the extensive harvest of sugar beets. Previously, Kyrgyzstan's demand was covered by foreign goods as sugar was imported from Ukraine, Belarus and Russia. Growing beets is profitable. In the spring, we signed a contract with the local plant and now we know that they will buy our products. We received imported seeds. It is very important to grow large roots with high sugar content. After reaching the full production capacity, the local plants will process up to 4 tons of sugar beets daily.
Мы, произвели большие ремонты.
We performed extensive repair works. We also bought high-quality parts for the vehicles and organized better operations.
Организовали хорошую приемку.
Before the vegetables turn into sweet syrup, they are thoroughly washed, cut into strips, and steamed for a long time in tanks. Then specialists add powdered sugar and grow crystals. Experts say that the more glucose there is in the roots, the better the result. The plants are set to reach new capacities of 110,000 tons of products per year. The facilities will first provide the Kyrgyz market with sugar and will later export its products to Uzbekistan and China. Felt is one of the most ancient inventions of the Eurasian nomads. The history of felting dates back several thousand years. Felt was used to make household items, clothing, shoes, and was a critical element of a yurt. The nomads widely used processed wool in handicraft. Felting is still a widespread tradition in Kazakhstan, Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan, and Kyrgyzstan. Artisans make a variety of decorative items for interior design and fashion accessories.
Шарфы сейчас это новая техника, нуна-войлок, да, когда валяют шерсть вместе с натуральным шелком. Кизбасо это...
There's a new technique, nanofelting, which is used to create modern scarves. The wool is interwoven with natural silk. Kizbasu is the most ancient art form of the nomads, which has found its second breath. It is now reviving in the countries of the Central Asia. My goal is to transfer this precious craft to someone else, to the newer generation.
Но страны Центральной Азии точно. Сходство было в цветах, сходство было в технике выполнения. Моя цель — передать драгоценное такое ремесло кому-либо еще.
The traditional manufacturing of felt carpets was also considered an integral part of folk art in the countries of the region. In general, craftswomen used to weave wool rugs to decorate their homes. Felt carpets, the so-called tekimit, were used in traditional rituals and ceremonies of the Central Asian nomads.
Текиметы не только использовали как предмет, да, убранства, но также передавали для девушки как приданное. Tekimets
were not only used as rugs but also as dowry. Tekimet is very hard to create than a painting because there is a need for a lot of material, particularly a few kilograms of wool. This means that a person who weaves must be very strong. We use natural wool. We use 2 or 3 colors mainly. The contrast is preferable, mostly white and dark colors.
Цвета в основном используются где-то 2-3 цвета. Используется какой-то контраст, это в основном белый и какой-то темный цвет. Или же можно использовать 2-3 цвета.
Today, designs of felt masters have become a modern brand of the region and a symbol of the rich culture of the nomads. Unusual felt items are popular not only in Central Asia but also far beyond, decorating museums and private collections all over the world. Kazakh literature works were presented in South Korea. 40 works by Kazakh writers were donated to the largest library in Seoul. The books were presented as part of the modernization of Kazakhstan's identity program at a cultural forum held in Seoul. Scientists, writers, and members of Kazakhstan's ethnic assembly believe that such literary events will strengthen the bilateral cooperation.
Biz мысалы Kore filmleri өте жақсы көреміз. Өйткені онда
We enjoy watching Korean films because the Korean customs that we see in the films are similar to ours. We think that we have common roots. Both of our nations will benefit from strengthening of our close cooperation.
молая берсе, біз екі халықта тек ұтады.
The forum participants from South Korea learned more about the Kazakh books, paintings, photographs, and also had the opportunity to personally talk to the book authors. The donated books include novels, tales, and poems by Aldan Smail, Nesipbek Aytolu, and Zinaida Chumakova. I think that these books will help create the Window to Kazakhstan section in our library. Currently, we have 7 foreign sections. If the books are translated into Korean, local people will faster learn about the Kazakh culture.
카자흐스탄 좋은 문학 작품들을 한국어로 번역해.
Koreans are interested in the Kazakh books and films. It would be great if they were translated into Korean so that we could learn much more about the culture and traditions of the Kazakh people. We really hope to be able to see Kazakh films with Korean subtitles.
해주시면 감사하고 또 요즘은 또 책.
As part of the cultural cooperation, the Kazakh delegation visited the landmarks of Seoul. The Korean writers received an invitation to visit Kazakhstan to contribute to the development of the bilateral relations between the two countries. Abai readings were organized in China. Not only Kazakh students in China's universities, but also Chinese youngsters attended the event, which was held for the 4th time. They quoted excerpts from Abai's words of edification and recited his poems. Intellectuals and the Kazakh diaspora attended the event. Both children and adults gathered here. They came to delve into this inimitable aura of the great works of Abai Khonanbayullah. The members of the Kazakh diaspora and Kazakh students were able to feel their involvement in the Kazakh culture and literature, which are imbued with the deep meaning of his poems. I want to note that through Abai's works, we awaken only good things in our hearts. Wang Xiaoyu, a researcher of the Chinese Academy of Social Sciences, is well acquainted with the Kazakh literature. Not so long ago, she visited Astana and Almaty. She wrote an article about Mukhtar Awezov and translated Marjan Jumabayev's poems into Chinese. The researcher wants to introduce Chinese readers to the works of the Kazakh poets and writers. Wang Xiaoyu also intends to study Abayev's works thoroughly.
2018年的中央电视台春节联欢晚会。
Chinese are familiar with Abayev's works. Proof to this is the performance of Abay Khanambayarlı's works during a gala concert during the Spring Festival. The country's central television channel broadcasted the event. Abayev's philosophy has a deep meaning and is always relevant. For the first time, famous writer Akbar Majid and professional translator Ha Huangzhang translated Abay Khanambayarlı's poems and words of edification into Chinese. Abayev's readings in Beijing are organized annually. This year, the event marked the 20th anniversary of Astana. The 100 New Faces of Kazakhstan project has changed the lives of many of its laureates. The first stage finalist, Sambat Abdurrahmanova, admits that she became famous after the national competition. After she was named one of the 100 New Faces of the country, her educational cartoons in the Kazakh language grew in popularity.
Сәлем, балақай. Мен ақылды Айжанмын. Бүгін біз сенімен бірге көңілді түстер әлемінің сары түсіне саяхаттайтын боламыз.
Sambat Abdurrahmanova created 9 cartoons for children with speech defects. Her animation works are currently widely used in educational centers throughout Kazakhstan. The young specialist also writes practical manuals on children's psychology and is the winner of the Central Asian Persian language competition. The victory in the project gave a start to a new development phase in my career and also became a great responsibility for me. After winning this project, I was elected a member of the European Psychiatric Association. Encouraged by the public support, Sambat is bringing new ideas into life. To mark the 200th anniversary of Kızılorda, she released a full-length cartoon on the region's history and geographical landmarks. She's planning to submit her works to short animated cartoon competitions.
I'm
currently working on production of a short film. At the same time, I'm getting ready to present a research report on adolescent challenges among school students at the 27th Congress of the European Psychiatric Association, which will be held in Warsaw. I was invited to this event as a speaker. The submission of applications for the second stage of the project has finished, which means that the next 100 winners will be announced soon. Kazakh students are exploring history as part of a local history expedition in Mangostau region. The students of the Nazarbayev intellectual schools of Astana and Kokshetau visited unique monuments and natural attractions of the region. The expedition started with a trip to the Otpantau Historical and Cultural Complex, where the Kazakhs used to ignite the lights of coal on the top of the mountain several centuries ago. The school students also visited the Shakhbagata underground mosque, Shirkala and Narespe mountains, and a monument to Aghbabek and Qayıp.
День запомнился, во-первых, своими живописными пейзажами и панорамами Мангостауской области.
The beautiful landscapes and panoramas of Mangostau region impressed me the most. In my opinion, the desert region has a lot of various hidden messages. For example, we visited an oasis near Shirkala mountain. The mountain was full of secrets and loneliness as it stood out in a magnificent way in the desert region.
То, чтобы тайное одиночество, она величала себя по всему пустынному региону.
Kazakhstan's National Museum is hosting a photo exhibition featuring Latvian architectural landmarks. Ancient cathedrals, palaces and estates reflect the ages-old history of the Latvian architecture. The collection includes more than 100 photographs depicting Latvia's major landmarks, many of which are included in the UNESCO World Heritage List. The Latvian architectural style covers a combination of various designs, such as German, Swedish and Danish. The works of outstanding architect of the past is popular among tourists from all over the world, including Kazakh travelers. The Latvian education is also gaining recognition by Kazakh graduates.
Казахстан занимает порядка 5-е место среди иностранных.
Kazakhstan is ranked 5th based on the number of foreign students studying in Latvia. Students from Germany, India, and Uzbekistan are on the top positions, while the Kazakh and Swedish students are 5th, but the number of these students is growing. It is very good that more Kazakh students choose engineering professions such as IT, transport, logistics, and air traffic control, which is absolutely important for the development of your country.
Это и авиадиспетчер.